In this video, we're going to be previewing a highly touted matchup between the number 5 seed Gonzaga Bulldogs and the number 12 seed, the McNeese State Cowboys, in a game in the Midwest region. For the Gonzaga Bulldogs, they come into the tournament with a 25-7 record. I think this team was overseeded a little bit here as a 5 seed. I would have had them more as like a 7 seed, but it is what it is. They're second in the WCC, and they lost in the conference tournament finals to their rivals, the St. Mary's Gales. Now, a juggernaut offense for Gonzaga here this year. 9th in the nation in offensive efficiency. They score 85 points per game. They're 83rd in the nation in tempo. They want to play pretty fast. They're really efficient on the inside. They've got 2 big men who can score really well down low. Graham Ike and Anton Watson, the two-headed monster down low for the Zags. Now, they're much improved from beyond the arc as well. At the beginning of the season, they could not hit threes to save their life. Now, they're 35% on the year from beyond the arc, and they've shot it much better since their loss to Santa Clara back in January. The Zags are shooting it better from 3, which unlocks their offense as a whole. On the defensive end, solid job defending the paint. They're 13th in the nation in 2-point defense, and they also do a good job of not fouling and putting opposing teams on the free throw line. Zags do struggle at times to defend the 3 themselves on the defensive end. The key player for me to watch out for Gonzaga is Nolan Hickman, the junior guard who's really stepped up over the past month or so for Gonzaga. He's averaging 16 points per game over his last 8 games, and he is their best three-point shooter, 41% from beyond the arc for Hickman. I think he's going to be crucial if the Zags are going to make any sort of run. Now, the concern for me for Gonzaga is if they face a team that can play physical defense and play in the half court like the St. Mary's Gales, who have already beaten them twice here this season, they could be in for one because, again, this team wants to play fast. They want to play a lot of possessions, and they want to get up and down. And if you slow them down, make them play in the half court, you got a chance to beat them. Now, for the McNeese State Cowboys, a very, very talented team out of the Southland. 30-3 record coming into the NCAA tournament. They won the Southland regular season title and the tournament. This is really just an army of stud transfers under first-year head coach Will Wade, and a very offensive-minded group. They're 51st in the nation in offensive efficiency, and they're 282 in tempo, so they do play pretty slow. However, they don't necessarily have a problem with playing fast, and this is a really good three-point shooting team on the offensive end. 7th in the nation in three-point percentage, 39.5% from beyond the arc. On the defensive end for McNeese, they're all about pressure and causing havoc. This team full court presses a lot of the game. They do kind of like a 3/4 court press to try and trap you in those corners right around the half court line. They force turnovers at the 6th highest rate in the country. The key player for me to watch out for McNeese is Shahada Wells, the TCU transfer, the senior point guard who came in and has just dominated the Southland this year. Listen to these stats: 18 points per game, 4.5 rebounds per game, 5 assists per game, and 3 steals per game. He was the conference player of the year. Oh yeah, he also hits 40% of his threes. Now, the big concern for me for McNeese is sometimes they have a little bit of foul problems, especially at the big man spot. And they really only have 3 big men that play consistent minutes. And if any of them get into foul trouble, they can be suspect at times. Specifically, they're one of their best players, their best big man, Christian Shoemate. If he is in foul trouble, then they are at a severe disadvantage because, again, they lack depth in terms of the big man spot. Now, as far as this matchup goes, right here, a classic 5-12 matchup. And a lot of people are going to pick McNeese, and I don't blame them. This is a very talented group under Will Wade this year. But this matchup to me comes down to a couple of different things. Can McNeese turn the Gonzaga guards over? Can they force turnovers as they have in the past? I'm not sure if they can. Ryan Nembhard and Nolan Hickman are two veteran guards that I think can do a good job of taking care of the basketball. Now, will McNeese State manage to stay out of foul trouble for their big men? They're going to have to defend Graham Ike and Anton Watson on the inside. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to stay out of foul trouble, specifically Christian Shoemate. Ryan Nembhard is going to guard Shahada Wells. Nembhard, a tremendous defender on the ball. Shahada Wells, obviously the best offensive player for McNeese. I really like this McNeese State team, but after doing the homework on this matchup, I think I'm probably rolling with the Zags. However, if I do have to put this on the upset potential meter, I would certainly say that this is a likely upset. I would say this is closer to a coin flip than anything. A lot of people are going to pick McNeese here. In the end, I'm going to go with the Gonzaga Bulldogs, even though I think that they are overseeded. I do kind of like their matchup here. I think they get past McNeese and they move on to round number 2 of the NCAA tournament. Do you want to win your March Madness bracket pool? Do you want to not only beat your friends and family, but absolutely humiliate them? If you like the sound of that, subscribe down below to College Hoops Tonight, because we're previewing all 36 first-round games of the NCAA tournament to give you the edge you need to nail your bracket and absolutely crush your friends and family in your bracket pool.